All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Mona Aisha, and I'm the Communications Coordinator for MBEC, and welcome everyone to today's webinar on how to use YouTube for your business. So today's session is brought to you by the City of Mississauga, presented by the Mississauga Business Entrepreneur Center. So MBEC is a part of the City of Mississauga's Economic Development Office. We are the central source of information and guidance for your small business owners and entrepreneurs. If you'd like to connect with us, check out mississauga.ca/MBEC. So to start off, I will be reading our land acknowledgement. So we acknowledge the lands which constitute the present-day City of Mississauga as being part of the treaty lands and traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation, the Seneca and Atawanderon and wider Haudenosaunee Confederacy and Huron-Wendat First Nation. We recognize these peoples, the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe nations within the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, the Huron-Wendat, and all other people who inhabited these lands since time immemorial. The City of Mississauga is home to First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. As a municipality, the City of Mississauga is actively working towards reconciliation by continuing to strengthen our relationship with Indigenous communities, and we formally recognize the Anishinaabe origins of our name and continue to make Mississauga a safe space for all Indigenous peoples. So a little bit more about MBEC. Again, we are your central source for small business information, resources, and guidance. We are currently providing our support and services remotely, and our hours are from Monday to Friday from 9 to 5 p.m. Feel free to reach out to us for any of your small business concerns. We do offer free business information and guidance, webinars and workshops, resources and tools, training and mentorship programs, as well as entrepreneurship programs. So again, you can find us at mississauga.ca/MBEC. So this is our team. We are here to help here at MBEC. We have John Lamb, who is our Entrepreneurship and Innovation Specialist, Susan Lovelace, who is our Small Business Consultant, and Laura Dunkley, our Digital Marketing Consultant. Their contact information can be found below. Here is the contact information for MBEC. So we do offer small business support and success. So our email is mbec@mississauga.ca. Our phone number is 905-615-4460. And again, our website is mississauga.ca/MBEC. Also feel free to connect with us on social media at Mississauga EDO on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We also offer our business advisory services, which are also provided remotely. So some services include our legal services, accounting, business operations, sales strategies, digital marketing strategy services, and as well as our scale-up services. So again, we can be found at thefutureisunlimited.ca/small business/business advisory. Another program that we do offer is the Starter Company Plus program here at MBEC, where we offer free training and business skills development, free mentorship and guidance, as well as an opportunity to apply for a program grant of up to $5,000. So the applications for this program will be opening up next year. Feel free to subscribe to our e-newsletter to be informed of the opening date. And another program that we offer as well is the Summer Company Program. So the Summer Company Program is for 15 to 29-year-olds who are looking to open up their business and launch and develop their own summer business through free business training, mentorship, and there's also an opportunity to receive a grant of up to $3,000 to help get your business started. So again, feel free to sign up for our newsletter to be aware of that the application opening date, which is March 2022, and more information can be found at mississauga.ca/young entrepreneurs. So to view some of our past webinars and workshops similar to the one that we will be hosting today, feel free to check out the futureisunlimited.ca/small business/training webinars and workshops. And at this time, I will be handing it off to Sahana, who is our DMS program coordinator.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Mona. And today, as Mona mentioned, my name is Sahana and I am the product coordinator for the Digital Main Street program. And here with me is Seda, and she is part of the Digital Main Street team. And I will be talking a little bit about what the Digital Main Street team is about. So the Digital Main Street program is a program designed to help brick and mortar businesses here at the City of Mississauga. So if you are a small business and a brick and mortar business here at the City of Mississauga, please reach out to us if you are interested in free digital support. We provide free digital assessment of your business. We help to enhance your online business presence, and we provide free one-on-one guidance, resources, and recommendations on how to grow online. And so if you are interested in these services, please visit our website at mississauga.ca/digital main street and sign up, and we'll get you connected to a digital service squad member. And just to be aware, we will be talking today about YouTube. However, we have some really great topics coming up in the next month. And so if you are interested, please sign up and join us at these webinars. We have how to set up your Instagram shop, how to set up your Shopify e-commerce website, how to optimize your Shopify store, and how to use TikTok for your small business. So if you are interested in these tools, please feel free to join us, and you can learn more about these webinars in the website provided below. And for today's topic, I know everyone's excited to learn about how to use YouTube for your business. So without further ado, I'm going to hand this over to Seda, who will be our presenter today. But just before I do that, just a few little tips on things to keep in mind. For today's session, audio is available for speakers and panelists only. Camera display is available for speaker and panelists only. This session is being recorded and available after today's session. Please use chat area to offer comments and ask questions. Please put all panelists when you are sending those questions in. And for today's presentation, resources and feedback survey, we'll be emailing it to you following today's session. So without further ado, I'll let Seda take it away.
Thank you, Sahana, for that great introduction, and Mona. I am just going to share my screen now, and we can get started. Okay. Okay, so today we'll be talking about how to use YouTube for your business. Um, so let's just get right into it. There's a few areas we'll be covering. Just a sec. Okay, there we go. Sorry, lots of technical difficulties this morning. Okay. So learning outcomes. Today we'll be covering a few different areas within YouTube, starting with, is YouTube right for your business? Some video content ideas, how to structure a YouTube video, how to brand your YouTube channel, live streaming, things to consider when making a video, and some fun features and tools. Now, if you don't know what YouTube is, you must have gone on it at some point in your life, whether it's to watch cat videos or to learn about how to use a certain product. It's a great platform for sharing video content. It is one of the largest online video sharing platforms out there. There are over 500 videos uploaded every single minute, and so that kind of goes to show how popular it is. And it also has more reach than cable TV. Now, is YouTube right for your business? Whether you are an e-commerce store or a brick and mortar store, YouTube can be a great platform for you to share your content and ideas. So for instance, if you had an e-commerce store where you're selling, say, skincare products, it's a great area to go and show tutorials on how to use your products, and maybe just be an educational hub for skincare in general. So it doesn't necessarily have to be just you showing your product, but maybe a lifestyle of how to take care of your own skin. In the same sense, when you have a brick and mortar store, you may want to go behind the scenes and kind of show customers what really happens behind the scenes, instead of the actual product or service that you are providing. Now, how to use YouTube for your business. Here you kind of want to understand your audience. So if your audience is more likely to engage with content that's a bit more fun and engaging and or professional, just keep that in mind, and also keep in mind the style of your business. For instance, if you had a law firm, you may want to be a bit more professional than, say, a tattoo parlor, where you can be a bit more creative and showcase your work in different ways. Another thing to remember is that you can be a go-to reference in your industry. And what that means is that, say, for instance, you are selling power tools. One way to showcase your power tools, instead of just being a place where you showcase how to use those tools, you may want to show how the projects that you are doing, things that you're making using the tools that you're selling. And so that makes you a go-to reference. YouTube is also a great place to tell your story. I mean, people really relate to business owners when they're able to talk to them and when they're able to tell them about what made them want to start a business or the things and struggles they go through in a day-to-day life. Um, so YouTube is a great platform to really showcase that and create a connection with your online community. Now, here's an interesting stat. 76% of users are more likely to buy a product online after watching a video than reading about it. This kind of goes to show how impactful YouTube can be for your business. Okay, let's move on to content ideas and video structure. So when it comes to content ideas, as I touched on earlier, you don't really want to talk so much about the products and services that you're providing, but you kind of want to go over it through another means. So for instance, if you have makeup products, you may want to showcase tutorials. If you are a mom and pop shop, go behind the scenes and show what's happening behind the scenes and how you're operating your business. If you are a restaurant, a great way to showcase and promote your restaurant is by sharing some recipes or tips in the kitchen of how you run things in your restaurant. And if you are a clothing store, always talking about the latest trends and the new things that are the new things that are happening in the fashion industry. Okay, so when it comes to structure, you kind of want to keep in mind these four aspects. This is what creates a great video. You have your hook, a channel welcome, the content, and a call to action. Keep in mind that generally YouTube videos are 7 to 15 minutes long. Um, you don't want to overextend them with too much information. You can probably get your message across within that time range. And then you play it by ear as you grow your subscribers and you see what really works with your audience. Okay, we'll go through each part now. So the hook is the first little bit of your video. It is what captures the attention of your viewers. And generally, it takes about 10 seconds for a viewer to decide whether or not they want to actually watch your video till the end. So the first 10 seconds are very crucial. If your video is closer to the 7-minute mark, you may want to make sure your hook is about 10 seconds. And if it's a longer video, you can extend your hook to be about 45 seconds. So just adjust it depending on the length of your video. And the different ways that you can have a hook, you can start off with a fun fact, like, did you know chewing gum is banned in Singapore? And then continue on with maybe a problem or something that has to do with your business in relation to this fun fact. But if you are a little bit more of a professional business, maybe it's something in the form of a problem um, posed as a question. For instance, are you sick of stubborn sayings? Um, Try OxyClean. So that is something that you're starting off with a problem. People know that you're going to be talking about this throughout the video, and it kind of just gets them in as soon as you start talking about it. So you know that if they're interested, they will want to know what the solution is. Another great way is to have a joke. So a joke is great in order to break the ice, but again, keep in mind the style of your business and if it is appropriate to have a hook that is a joke for your business. Okay, so the channel welcome. This is when you want to just introduce yourself briefly or your business, and also your channel, what your channel is about. It's a great time to really connect with your audience and build this kind of community online. You want to just be kind of you just want to be concise and brief because the main reason that your viewers are there is to learn about that problem that you are going to solve in the content of your video. So just briefly tell them a little bit about yourself or your business. And then always remember to include a call to action. So what that is You can tell them to subscribe, like, and share your content if they like this video. Your call to action will also come at the end of the video, but it's always nice to have it briefly mentioned right in the beginning, just in case your viewer has to rush and doesn't have time to watch the entire video. You can remind them to just comment or like your video. Now the content. The content is the heart of your video. It is what viewers are there for. So make sure that you spark interest right at the beginning with the problem and then reward them with the solution. You can go into detail about the problem and how your product or service um, can resolve this issue. But ensure that your audience is staying engaged. So this is a great opportunity to kind of tell a story or an anecdote that relates back to the main purpose of the video. Now, again, the call to action will come right at the end where you can say subscribe to the channel, comment, like, or share, and support my channel by doing these sorts of things. You may also want to mention here, you may be able to join my newsletter. There's a link in the description. You can always include links in the description to all your social media platforms and your website. And so this is just a great time to just close off by telling them where they can get more information, where they can follow you. Okay, now moving on to some creative stuff. So branding your channel. Here is a branding checklist. We'll go through each one in a little bit more detail, but this gives you an idea of the different aspects of your channel that you will have to keep in mind once you get started. Okay, so the channel icon and the channel banner. This is something that you will see as soon as you enter the home page of any YouTube channel. You see here down on the bottom left is the channel icon. Ensure that the sizes are appropriate, and you can use Canva as that's a great platform um, to create all of this content um, because they have all of the different sizes of templates for you to use. So in the icon, typically businesses will want to have their logo in there or an image of themselves, but something that really represents them or their brand. And then in the banner, you can be a little bit more creative because you have a little bit more space. This is the area that spans the length of your channel, and so this is where you can have like this company here, XXL Scrunchy & Co. We'll go into more detail with them later on in the video, but they're a Canadian company that really tries to show their product through storytelling on their channel. And so here they have the name of the company, they have the owner's name in the banner, and then they have hashtags on the side. And this is like visually, it's great for the viewer to see because it kind of psychologically creates a reminder in their mind that this is where I want to go if I want to get a scrunchie. And then, of course, on the left, you see that there is a link to their handle on Instagram. So you know that you can find them there. The channel description. So this one should include a little brief summary about your company. It either could be, it should be a little bit about your company, a little bit about yourself, and about your channel. What can viewers expect when they're going to be watching your videos? You also want to keep in mind that you should have keywords that relate back to your business because YouTube is owned by Google, so it's a great platform for you to go and be searchable. So have those keywords in there, take advantage of this area where you can be more found online when people search you and your YouTube videos pop up because you have these keywords in your description. You also want to have some links to your social media channels here because this is an easy way for people to come and find you and a link to your website. The channel trailer. This is somewhat interesting because it doesn't specifically have to be a trailer about your channel. It can be something that is one of your newest videos that you've put up. It could be something that a milestone that you've hit. For example, these guys here have over 300 orders that they've hit. And so they're going to go behind the scenes and show us how they're packaging all these orders. And so it's just something that's very exciting for them. And you can showcase that because this is the first thing that people see once they go to the homepage of a channel. So this is something that you can change every so often and really try to capture your audience through this video. Okay, so your playlist. Okay, so let's just go over this again. So playlists are very important for your channel because it really categorizes all the different types of content that you have. So if you have a whole huge jumble of videos on your channel, it kind of becomes hard for the viewer to see um, what kinds of videos you have. So this company in particular takes a behind the scenes approach, and you can see that by the titles of their playlists. For example, moving my small business into a warehouse or pack an order with us. Um, they also have what's called shorts, and shorts are a great feature on YouTube where you can have 60-second or less videos that can be video segmented. They can have a music overlay. It's very similar to what you might see on Facebook and Instagram, and it really gives the audience a glimpse of what the channel is all about. Okay, so watermark. The watermark is important because it really allows you to brand yourself on your channel or specifically on your video. You may want to have your watermark here where it shows that you're the name of your business. These guys here have their handle here, so it's easy for the viewer to see that they are on Instagram and TikTok. Um, and just make sure that the sizes are accurate again, so 150 by 150 pixels. You can use Canva to create this, and then just upload it onto YouTube. Or if you wanted to put it on the video beforehand, a great platform to use is Wondershare Filmora. Okay, let's move on to live streaming. So YouTube Live is an easy way for creators to reach their audience in real time. Whether streaming an event, teaching a class, or hosting a workshop, it's a great way to engage with your online community. And this is also very similar to what you would see on Instagram or Facebook. And there are certain things that you should consider when creating either a YouTube video or a live stream video. Some of them are the equipment, a plan, your video checklist, promotion, engagement, location, goals, and content. And I'll go through each one of these. Okay, so when it comes to your video equipment, you can use a webcam, a camera, or a phone to really capture your video. Um, well, you should use a mic because it eliminates all of the background noise. And when it comes to lighting, just ensure your space is well lit. If it's not, you can purchase a ring light, which usually doesn't cost, you can usually find it for less than $30. And it's a great feature to have on just clip it onto your laptop. It's very small and handy and really gives you that light that you need for those videos. Okay, so preparing your videos, you want to remember to plan, promote, and engage, and I'll go through each one of these. When it comes to planning, think about why you would want to go live as opposed to just creating a video. Um, if you want to make, for example, how-to videos, going live can be helpful for your audience because they can ask questions in real time. They can ask you how to use certain things if they're having trouble with certain things when it comes to your product. And so it's a great way for you to engage with your community. It's also going live is great for increasing those subscribers. So if you have a bunch of followers on Facebook or on Instagram and you want to convert them to subscribers, building this anticipation that you're going to be going live can really get them to move into your channel at a set time and date. But on the other hand, live streaming can be intimidating. It's on the air. You need a lot of preparation for it. And so I would recommend if you were just starting out to kind of grow your channel, create your videos beforehand, and then upload them, see how your channel is doing, and then explore your the live feature. But also you must consider team roles. If you are able to have other people involved, you may want to consider a camera person. If you're going live, a chat moderator is excellent to have because then you can still stay engaged with your audience while someone else is talking to them over chat. Ensure you choose a good time. You may want to ask your followers on Instagram and Facebook or whatever social media channels you are using what time they would find most appropriate for them. Um, but you can also check YouTube Analytics, which is a great feature for those on YouTube and who are creators, where you can see when people are using your or going to see videos on your channel at what time. Make sure you have the right equipment. Prepare your channel in terms of having a good description, a thumbnail image, and maybe some call to action in your description of your video. So you may want to think about all of this beforehand. And then when it comes to script and notes, um, you don't really want to be reading off of the page, but if you do freeze up, you want to have some sort of reference point for yourself. Your video checklist. So here you want to just ensure that you have all of these checked off. They're pretty simple. You want to frame your shot so that you don't have any distractions in the background. Make sure your lighting is on point. Check your audio and do a quick test run to make sure you can be heard. And charge all your batteries. If you can, connect to a power source throughout your video. You can test your connection by running a speed test with speedtest.net to ensure that everything will run smoothly and your connection is not disrupted. Turn off all the interruptions, meaning your cell phones and any notifications on your laptop. And even if you have, say, young children in your house, make sure that they know that you are doing this and that you can't have any interruptions during this time. And have some water handy just in case you have a scratchy throat. I say a water bottle because last thing you want is a glass of water spilling all over you during a video. Okay, promotion. So when you're doing a live event, you want to ensure that you're promoting your event at least 48 hours before you go live and build that anticipation by continuing to notify your viewers that you will be doing this. Even if you're not doing a live stream event, start promoting about a week in advance. Get people to know that you are going to be posting a video at X time and day. You may want to send invitations by email or create a Facebook event or Instagram countdown. And do it the old school way as well. If you have a physical store, get people to know that you're going to be doing this. Um, those people who are walking into your store have a poster available for them to see and get them excited that you will be having a live video or launching a video on YouTube. Now, when it comes to engagement, the notes I have here relate a little bit more to the live streaming than actual regular videos. And so when you are having a live stream video, you'll have viewers coming in at certain times. They may be late a couple minutes here and there. You want to recap what you've discussed so that they know, so that they feel involved and they haven't missed out on too much. And so judge that based on how much you've discussed and how many viewers are coming in at certain times. Give out shout outs. So on YouTube, you'll may see people's names pop up that are coming on to your live stream. And they may not be the most regular names. I mean, they are handles, but that's okay. You can say, hey, welcome, 1234 cat lover. And that's fine. Just engaging with the audience and letting them know that you see them is a great way to build community online. Um, the live chat feature is a great feature also that they have on YouTube. So make sure you enable that and have people commenting and chatting with each other while your video is playing. You can always mention that if it's too much, you will get to the questions at the end. And so that's when you can have a Q&A. And then, of course, always for regular videos and live chat, live streaming videos, always tell your viewers to like, comment, and share your channel and your video. Now, this is just a quick overview of how to upload a video on YouTube, just to give you an idea of how simple it can be. You would sign into your YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio is a home for creators where you can manage your channel and interact with your audience. Just click on Create on the top right, Upload Videos, and choose the file that you want to upload. So it's very quick and easy for you to do. And so you may be wondering why use YouTube over Facebook Live. Well, YouTube has a longer lifespan than Facebook does. So it's a great platform for if you want your video content to be around for a while, it's easy for you to go and search on YouTube something that relates to it. And so depending on what your needs are, you may want to go to YouTube over Facebook. If you've ever had this experience where you saw a video on Facebook and you wanted to show a friend and you went to search for it and you couldn't find it, that kind of gives you an idea of how easy it is to have it on YouTube versus on Facebook. But Facebook is a great platform to share on. It's a very quick button that you would press to share your video content or any content that you have. Um, YouTube also, on the other hand, has a very large viewing audience. It's known as the largest online video platform. And so it's a great way to, if you really want to get involved in video making, great way to showcase your work to a larger audience and get a bigger reach. And then on Facebook, there are notifications that you can enable um, for a live stream, and that can be an hour, 20 minutes, or 10 minutes before you actually go live. That can really push those notifications to your followers and get them to view you. And real quick, there are some fun features and tools here that are very interesting. And like I had mentioned, Canva, Filmora, and Lightworks. These are great ways. Canva is great for designing your platform, and Filmora and Lightworks are great for video editing. And YouTube itself has some other great features that you can also look into. Once you hit a certain number of followers or subscribers, they are wonderful to really grow your audience online. Okay, we are going to just briefly go over this business called XXL Scrunchy and Co. And so that you can get a real visualization of what it looks like on a channel that is doing pretty well for themselves. Okay, so here we have XSL Scrunchy and Co. I believe they are based out of Belleville. And if we look here, we have their whole banner, their icon, the name of their business, and the number of subscribers that they have. If you scroll down a little bit, we have a few tabs here. So like I had said, on the homepage, you will see the channel trailer, which gives you a little glimpse into what they're doing. Once we go to the next tab, we have videos. And of course, this is a mashup of all of their videos. And they've gotten pretty creative with it. It's not so difficult to put in these the text on top, and I think that's a great way to really push what that video is about and get people to get excited about it, especially when they're using these funky texts. And so you can use one of the film editing platforms I had mentioned earlier to do that. But you see how it can be very overwhelming to look at all of this. So it's great that they have a playlist that are well organized, and you can see here that they have different types of videos that we can watch. This is the community tab. They have not enabled it, but it is a great way to connect with your community because it allows you to ask questions, have polls, have pictures and videos up here for your audience to engage with. Um, you get a sense of the types of other YouTube channels they are most interested in because these are all of the other YouTubers that they are following. And of course, you have the About page. And so it's very simple and to the point with the description and some links to their social media channels. And so that just gives you a brief overview of what all of this looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I guess I will pass it back over to Mona or Sahana.
Thank you, Saida.
Awesome. Thanks
And
for the presentation, Saida. And now with that, we will be having a Q&A session. So everyone, please feel free to drop your questions into the chat and Saida will be more than happy to answer. Okay, so to get started, we do have our first question that came in. They're asking, if I make a video, how would I edit and show more information on the screen, like a picture or a link? Is there any software or online tool to edit videos?
There are. I would suggest Filmora is a great platform for that. It's I believe they have a subscription. You might have to pay for that, but there is Lightworks, which is another free editing platform. Is this something I can put in the chat?
mhm.
Yeah? Okay, that might be easier. So Filmora um, and Lightworks. Lightworks is the free editing one, and so it's very simple to use, and they have videos on there showing you how to go about putting those images in. Lots of Q&As and support as well. So it should be pretty simple to get what you need out of that.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Saida. Next question is how to get started with just a cell phone.
I think that's the best way actually, because we all have cell phones, and so and I think we're in an era where it's more comfortable to go about and hold your camera up and just have that. Um, People are also used to it, so it's nothing to be frightened about. It um, doesn't give off a unprofessional feel or anything like that. If you wanted to go about doing that, you would simply go on the selfie mode, hit record, record your video as you'd like. Just make sure that you have in mind, your background, no disruptions, have a plan in mind, make sure your lighting is good, and all of those things. And then go about doing your video. Once you are done, save your video. I usually like to just drop it in my Google account, and so then I can upload it once I get onto my laptop. But you may be able to email it to yourself. Anyway, you can get it onto your laptop. And then from there, you easily just go ahead and upload it onto your YouTube channel and ensure that you have your description figured out and the title of your video, and you're good to go.
Okay, I guess that ties in perfectly to our next question, which is when taking videos, what technology would you recommend we use? Video feature on a phone camera or a laptop or an actual camera?
Um, so you mean like a video feature as in I guess an app?
Yes, so I guess they're asking, would you recommend using the video app on a phone or a laptop or having an actual camera to film your videos?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it depends on your comfort level. When there are people who are very comfortable with different types of cameras, and I would say definitely go for it. If you have even a camera person to go ahead and videotape you, that would be excellent. But nowadays, our phones are just as good as many cameras out there. And so I think you can get away with just your phone. Webcams can be iffy. So sometimes you can get an external webcam. And so if you are more comfortable or your video is going to be you sitting and talking to your audience on a desk, then maybe invest in a webcam that's a little bit more visible and easy to use. But yeah, I think that if just using your video on your phone is just fine. Oh, sorry, your
Yes.
camera on your phone.
All right, so next question. If someone is still starting, should they record some videos before publishing them, or should they share their first video even if their audience won't find their videos from their channel? So I guess they don't
Um,
have an online presence yet, like an audience. They're
right.
wondering if they should still be uploading.
Okay, that's a great question. I think so. I mean, your followers will find you. Once you have the content up there, sort of like any other social media channel, if you were to go ahead and look at a page on Facebook and there isn't much there to see, you may overlook it. even though you know that this business exists or this person exists. And in the same sense, if you have YouTube videos to share, or just videos in general to share, put it on your channel. People will go and see it and get a better idea of you and hopefully share it and get others into your channel. And so that is the first way to grow. I would say definitely start putting them up even before you have any followers.
And if I may add, if you notice like things like for Instagram, for example, if some of your posts, even though they're older, they get hidden away. Whereas with YouTube, a lot of these videos, even if you posted it years ago, they get discovered again and they become, viral, years from now. And so if that's the case, you still want to put those videos up, because YouTube is based on like search engine optimization, where people are searching the key terms and looking for those videos. You'll be surprised that your videos can be found even if you posted it a while ago. So don't be afraid to just post it, even if you don't have any presence at all. Your video might become important at some point, and so, and also additionally, if you are making additional videos, you may want to mention that you made a video about this in a previous video, so that you're kind of getting your audience to go look at other older videos as well to increase the views on those videos as well.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess with that, if you want to speak a bit more about using key terms in the title, the description, so that those videos are able to kind of populate again.
Yeah, for sure. If I just may put some few tips in there, there are definitely free tools on Google itself. If you search for just YouTube sort of trending topics and such, that you can find what topics are trending on YouTube to make sure that you're, covering those topics and maybe finding, niche target audiences that would be interested in those topics specifically. And then additionally, making sure your title and your description includes those keywords as well is super important. And then Seda, is there any other areas you would add on?
Just yeah, the title
The title, I think the
sections
title
and all
and
videos and yeah, and I
mhm,
was just going to mention also hashtags. Those are very useful.
perfect,
Yeah,
yes.
awesome. Again, everyone, continue popping your questions to the chat. We're having a great discussion, so I guess we'll continue with the questions. The next one is, they're wondering that they have no social media presence, so where would they start? Is YouTube the best way to start on social media?
I think that depends on yourself and maybe how comfortable you are with videos. Um, I personally think that Facebook and Instagram, Twitter as well, has a very big reach, and you can quickly get people to start subscribing on or following you on those channels. And so growing that may be a bit more beneficial. Um, but it just depends on like if you are a video person and you're really good at this and you really like to get on the camera, then definitely go for it. And then you can grow from there onto other social media channels.
Yeah, and if I may add, YouTube is one of those channels that you require other social medias to help you build that presence. So, for example, when people tend to post videos on YouTube, they require their Instagram page to be sharing that, mentioning that they've released a video to be able to get those viewers to go on to YouTube. So I would say it works hand in hand with other apps as well, other social media platforms. If you're just starting off on social media just in general, I would say Instagram, Facebook would be your first sort of good starting point. And then from there, if you're really looking to build your community and, sort of keep your community updated on just your business in general and your story, then I would say continue on to going into YouTube and really, creating videos and building that community, engaging with your community. YouTube is, at the end of the day, it requires a bit of time and resources to be able to sort of publish those videos in comparison to some of the other apps. So just keeping that in mind, YouTube does work hand in hand with some of the other apps. And if you're just starting out, definitely start with Instagram and Facebook and then move yourself on to YouTube.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess to add on to that, a few tips. So, if you are worried about your social media presence, having that Instagram and Facebook page is key. So, let's say you do post a video, you can create a post on Instagram or Facebook and always link it to that video. So that way you're driving the traffic from your social media onto YouTube. Another quick way to do that would also be creating maybe an Instagram story. Instagram now has a feature where you are able to put a link in to your story. So you could say something like, press the link here to view my video, and everyone from your Instagram can now be, delivered to that YouTube page to view that video. So just, yeah, just a quick tip on how to kind of link your social medias together. Awesome. So I'm just looking for more questions. Feel free to put those in. We do have a few more minutes left in this session.
And then if I may, I'm just going to ask you an additional question as well, Seda. So, as someone who is just like any sort of business, if they're trying to think of content ideas, where would you sort of lead them to look for those content ideas, and how can they determine if it's like a worthy content idea to be even creating a video in the first place?
I mean, I think it's great to start researching on other businesses that are doing something maybe similar to you. See what kind of content that they are sharing and how they're getting a reaction. But also keep in mind your brand and style of your business and if it fits with what you want to represent. So, I mean, you may not want to share a lot of the behind the scenes if that's not something that you're interested in, but you can find a similar business as your own that does something else and maybe it talks a little bit more about the type of product that they're selling and how they've become kind of an educational hub for their business and their industry. So definitely just doing a little bit of research to see what's out there.
That's good advice, yeah.
Okay, so at this time, we have not received any more questions, but we will wait around for a few more minutes. If anything, we can just close the session early. So again, feel free to send your questions through the chat for Saida to answer. We're getting a few thank yous in the chat, so thank you for attending. These things are possible with your attendance, so yeah. Okay, we've got another question that came in. How long should a video be before it starts getting boring?
Good question. Yeah, I mean, with YouTube, you can have a bit of a longer video than Instagram and Facebook, where generally you're not expecting like over 2 minutes long on Facebook or Instagram usually. But yeah, with YouTube, you can have 7 minutes to 15 minutes. That's the average that you would want to stay within. But again, it depends a little bit about your content. Like you want to get to the point and not overextend all of your information or become redundant because that's when it becomes boring. So having a plan ahead of time and kind of going over it beforehand with a family or friends to get their feedback would be an excellent way to approach that, just to get the honest feedback to see if they are getting bored of it. But I would say between 7 and 15 minutes is appropriate.
And I found that if possible with video editing, if you can switch from, talking scenes to actually showing scenes of behind the scenes or things in action tends to help to sort of take away that boredom. So switching from one to the other and just keeping it entertaining and something new popping up in the video would try to help your viewers be more attentive.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure. I
good
think with
advice.
things like TikTok and Instagram Reels, everyone's attention span is just quite shorter, right? So it's hard. I
Exactly.
find it myself even to hard, it's hard to sit through like a whole YouTube video at times. I want
Yeah.
something quick. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's good advice. Okay, we'll be waiting a couple more seconds till we end this session. Any last minute questions, feel free to put them through the chat.
And just as a little last announcement, if anyone is interested in the Digital Main Street program, do feel free to sign up for our program. If you're a brick and mortar business here in the city of Mississauga, feel free to sign up and we can provide you one-on-one digital expertise. So to sign up, just visit us on mississauga.ca/digital main street.
Okay, and I've put the link to that in the description, sorry, in the chat as well.
Thank you, Mona.
No worries. Okay, So now it is 11 a.m. I just want to give a quick reminder of our upcoming webinars in the Digital Main Street Digital Marketing Series. So we have our How to Set Up Your Instagram Shop, which is being held on January 5th. How to set up your Shopify e-commerce website, which is being held on January 11th. How to optimize your Shopify store on January 13th. And how to use TikTok for your small business on January 19th. So another reminder to just follow us on social media at Mississauga EDO on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, or Instagram to keep in touch and be informed of our upcoming webinars. We are always posting reminders for people to sign up. So another reminder, just follow us on Mississauga EDO on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. So with that, we will be concluding today's session, and make sure to join us for the next one on January 5th on how to set up your Instagram shop. And thank you, Saida, for that presentation, and thanks, Sahana, as well. All right, see everyone next time.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.